listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fountain of Thought podcast, broadcasting from the Erickson Memorial Studios. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com. Good evening, Sonny.
Gosh darn, lickety-doodle. How are you?
Oh, I'm just peachy keen.
That's wonderful. I'm feeling so happy for you.
Aren't you? Thank you. I'm feeling happy for you.
I just want to tell you to go fun yourself.
oh, frack off.
Is that clean enough for all our audience out there? Oh, boy, I am extremely tired today.
Why?
Does this ever happen to you? You watch a movie, a weird movie. Last night I happened to watch the new King Kong there, Skull Island.
Yes. Was that any good? I heard it was like...
Well, if you go in expecting something else, yes. I mean, I heard a lot of complaints because they were looking for a traditional King Kong movie. It's not that. It's different. Right. But it's entertaining and it's fun. But, you know, it's not just King Kong that's big. There's, you know, spoiler alert, there's other creatures and things that are huge. The whole island.
Island is...
Yeah. And I didn't get to the ending of it. I fell asleep and then I woke up and I checked my email and then I went to bed. But it's one of those movies that you go to bed and it's not that you dream scary, but things are chasing you.
Yeah.
And you're not scared. But you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and you're running.
So you woke up tired from all that running?
No, but all of a sudden you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You're like, what was the point? You know, I said, oh, my God. I said, I got to get up. I'll go play some solitaire or something until I get tired again. I've been up since 3 o'clock. I could not get tired again after that.
Yeah, that happens to me.
Oh.
Dreams are very weird for me. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I can have a dream one night, and then the next night I can fall asleep and I can pick up my dream where I left off.
My brother
can do that.
Can wake up, go to the bathroom, come back, and go right back into the same dream.
I can do the same thing, yeah. Now, on the downside is like the other day, and I can't go into the details because it hurts. It really does. But my dreams are so real that I wake up, I think it really happened. And the other day, while I was on vacation, I had a dream that one of my kids died, and it ruins your whole day. It's just.
Well, it does happen. You can wake up very confused.
No, all the time. I don't wake up confused. I wake up thinking that it happened. That's how intense my dreams are. They're horrible. But then on the flip side is that, like I said, you know, I think active dreaming is that what they call it. I mean, I can. Like your brother can do, or I can do it the next day. I can pick up where the dream left off. Or while I'm dreaming, it's weird because I know I'm dreaming, so I can manipulate my dream and do what I want to do in my dream. It's really weird, but yeah.
My brother, he takes it one step further. His wife gets scared because if he's having a horror dream and there's a beast involved, he actually lunges.
He moves.
He lunges
out. Right.
Yeah,
he acts out.
He tried to bite her one night.
Yeah.
She had to bail out of bed. And that happens not all the time, but quite a few times. Or a majority of the time, he just ends up falling out of bed from thrashing around and stuff. But
stop talking about your brother's strange sexual habits. I don't want to know what him...
Excuse me. We don't want to upset your side of the family. We're not going there. Gosh darn
it all.
Can you
dag nabbit?
Can you stop being so...
I know.
Piddly diddly?
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Fountain of Thought segment, where your all-omnipotent host, Dennis Fountain, ponders life events.
I just have one question for you.
Yes.
You're confident, right, in believing that you're all-knowing and you're an omnipotent being? I mean, there is some factual truth to this, right?
I am confident that I know a lot.
Okay. Are you ever scared of being wrong?
No, I've never been scared of being
Are
wrong.
you ever being
Because
scared that people are going to agree with somebody else and not you?
No. Why would I be scared of that?
Jesus, just questions. You just
No.
require answers. I'm getting
No.
to the point.
I've been wrong, and I know I'm wrong, but it's a running joke that I'm never wrong, and I'm all omnipotent, and I know everything. But no, it happens all
But
the
it doesn't.
time.
But you're not scared that if you had to give an opinion and I had to give an opinion and it was going to be judged by our peers, that you would be found wrong over, say, me.
Oh, they would clearly pick my opinion over your opinion.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to get to. Because since last Friday night, I have been chewing on this an entire week.
Yes.
And then I thought I was going to text you and ask, and then I was going to call you, and I said, nope, no.
You'll wait for the show.
We're going to wait for the show.
Embarrass me on the show.
And we're going to address it right here on the show.
Let's address it. What are we addressing?
Last week we were on the topic of basically where America's gone and why it's such a horrible place, and it has a lot to do with parenting and yada, 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 yada. Make a long story short, you went into a segment where you said how you can be in a restaurant and if the kids are very well behaved and the parents
up to 'em. Yeah.
and you go up to them and you'll pay them the honest compliment of how nice their children. Yeah, okay, we agree on that, right?
Yes.
Then I countered that with saying, "Oh, but you will not go up to a veteran,
correct,
and say."
Thank you for your service. I said, unless I know the story behind it.
Okay. Now, here's my question.
Yes.
At the end of that, do you remember I said we fought back and forth, and I said, we'll let the audience decide?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Well, I said, fine. You have your opinion. I have mine. Because you said we agree to disagree. And I said, no.
Okay.
Let's let our audience decide. And you said, okay.
Okay.
Well, to my dismay, I'm listening to the show, and you edited that whole section out of the show. It's not even there.
Oh, see, I don't remember that part.
Oh, you don't remember that? Oh, yes, it did.
Well, I have the raw.
Yes, you better go through it because I want it on the show next week.
It didn't exist. It didn't happen.
It happened.
I don't think it happened.
Oh, yes, it happened. You go through it.
Oh,
you go through it. It happened. I said, oh, that chicken cocky. That chicken cocky. He was afraid to put it up because he was afraid that people might agree with me over him.
No.
Okay, then I want it on next week.
I don't think it exists. That's why I didn't remember it.
But you know what they say about thought? Thought's still thinking. So you go back through the raw footage, you find it. Okay, it's right in that whole argument.
Okay, all right.
Because
it's just like you don't remember hearing that the Klingons ate the other Starfleet personnel, but that's okay.
Listen, I was in the midst of a drinking problem.
Yeah.
That I actually admitted on the air that I'm an alcoholic. I have now been.
Isn't that one of your steps? You have to go on the air and admit it?
No, it's not. That's
step like 49.
That's the 22nd step.
22nd.
I wrote that one in now.
Okay.
But I am.
You are
18 days sober right now. Clarity. I have clarity. It's starting to set in.
I think you're still wrong because I don't remember that conversation ever happening.
All right. We'll table the discussion.
Okay.
But if it did happen and it's on the raw footage, you will air it next week.
Sure. I'll air it. Absolutely.
Okay. You heard it, folks, here.
Yeah, I'll air it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, how about we talk some football?
All right, so last week you beat me again. You had 10 wins, I had 8, so the total score now is Dennis with 90, Sonny with 95.
Well, not exactly. It's going to be one more loss for Sonny because Tennessee marched into Pittsburgh last night, and dummy here took Tennessee thinking they were a little bit much more than they appear to be. But, this Thursday night football, why don't they call it pajama night football? Have you noticed every week these odd colors they wear? They all look like they're wearing pajamas.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I usually don't watch it.
You never watch Thursday night football?
Depends on who's playing.
Every Thursday night it's always you wear solid bottoms.
Special uniforms.
It's not special, but you wear solid bottoms and you wear solid tops. And there can be a variation to the uniform as well. I've seen that as well. But I swear to God, they look like pajamas. They should call it Thursday Night Pajama Bowl. Especially Tennessee with those baby blues.
TNPB?
I was like, wow, this is so weird. Mm. I thought it would be a better idea is Thursday nights go back to throwback uniforms every week.
Thursday is throwback, so it would work.
Yeah, whatever.
Throwback Thursdays.
Okay, Saturday. The Lions are entering...
Sunday?
Huh?
Sunday?
What did I say?
Saturday.
Why do I always want to put... You know why? Because we're playing Saturday football, Christmas and New Year's, and it's been on my mind. Anyway, Sunday, I sit corrected, all omnipotent one. Mm. The Lions are going into Chicago with a big roar. Who are you taking?
I took the Roarers.
I took the Roarers as well. How about the Jaguars going into that Super Bowl powerhouse, the Cleveland Browns?
We talked about this last week. Cleveland has a football team?
Yes, that's what I hear.
Oh, well, then I took the Jaguars.
I think they play somewhere out in Utah.
By the way, not to change the subject, but congratulations to the Boston Celtics. 14 games in a row they've won.
Oh, I know. That's amazing.
Yeah,
best record.
And I don't do basketball.
And they got injuries out the galore, and they're the best record in...
congratulations.
Well, I'm not a big basketball fan. I'm a basketball statistic follower. I'll follow who won the games and who's in first and stuff. If the Celtics reach the playoffs, I'll watch the last quarter, maybe the last 10 minutes. I can't stand watching a ball go.
Well, that's what I'm about hockey. I don't like hockey.
Hockey, you like it live because you can look at what you want to look at. It's when the camera forces you to look at what they want you to look at.
Right.
That's where it becomes like when you're watching football and Brady's calling the signals and 80% of people are watching that. But if you don't want to, you can be watching what the wide receivers, screwing around with down on the end or what's the running on fullback.
This is a wide angle shot. Yeah.
You can do what you want to do, but hockey and basketball force you to watch it their way. Mm-hmm. And it's just, by the end of the game, you get neck
rubberneck.
Yeah. I don't like, but I went with your father that time to the Bruins.
Yeah.
I had a blast because the action's down here, but I'm watching the other goalie. Watch what he's doing. He's got his mask off and he's blowing snot rockets all over the ice and stuff. And these are the things you don't see this stuff live on TV.
No, I never seen snot rockets.
Well, except for baseball, they always seem to catch somebody in the dugout. Doing it,
scratching themselves. Yeah.
All right, back to football. Okay, we got the Ravens going into Green Bay. What do you think about that one?
I took the Ravens.
I took Green Bay. Green Bay at home. You took that one.
I took the Ravens. Yeah.
Wow, you have no faith.
Not anymore in Green Bay.
No. Well, look what happened. You didn't take.
I know. I didn't, but I know. Yeah.
They're a special team. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're special. All right.
But you rooted for them because you were in love with Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, yeah, and I also like Rodgers, but
you'd probably want to have the threesome with both of them.
This is a family show. Apologize.
I said a threesome. I didn't go out to dinner and have a few sodas and some ice cream. Why does your mind be in the gutter all the time? Golly gee, Dennis. You're such a...
I know.
You're such a... All
right, Tampa Bay and Miami.
What about them?
I think Miami's going to win, but just because of my brother, I took Tampa Bay.
Hear that, Rod? See, that's how he is. And you know what? He wasn't going to get you the real maple candy. He was going to buy something in the airport on his way down. I went specially up the hard way.
Wait a minute. Does it matter if you buy it in an airport or if you buy it at a farm?
Yeah.
It's still maple sugar candy.
It doesn't matter. I went out and bought the goods. Hey, you're interrupting.
I got to explain this, though.
I wasn't done talking.
I got to explain.
We're blasting Ross's ears out again. Ross's ears are bleeding right now, okay? I wasn't finished.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're rude. Play that.
Rude.
How rude. How rude. How rude.
My sentiments, exactly. I went out to the country of Hardwick and got the real thing from a farmer's market.
Okay.
For your brother. And you were going to buy it in an airport. Probably by the Howdy Krishners.
Can I still explain this since no one knows what's going on?
And it's probably made by log cabin syrup.
My brother's in Florida, and they cannot get maple sugar candy down there. So he asked my sister to bring him some, and she forgot. So she texted me and said, hey, can you pick up some maple sugar candy for Rod? But it was the day I was leaving, and I couldn't. But Sonny was so generous and so kind that he went out of his way and drove another town over, picked it up, and then even delivered it to me. Now, that's a true friend.
Yeah, that's the nicest thing you've said to me in 10 years. I can't handle it. Insult me, please. Hurry.
Screw you.
Thank you. Oh, I feel better now. Okay, right. Cardinals, Houston.
Well, we don't know who you're picking. Tampa Bay and Miami. Who
does it matter?
You're going from Miami. I know you are.
I did take Miami, yeah. I don't want to because they're in our division, but I don't know. Tampa Bay, they did a number on somebody last week. I don't know. That's a battle
It's
of
a throw
Southern.
up. It's a throw up.
It's
There's
a
a
battle
couple
of
of
Southern
them.
Florida.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Cardinals in Houston.
This is going to be a tough game too, and again, I think it's a toss-up as well. But I went with Houston.
I took the Cardinals.
Yeah.
We're either going to
We've
separate.
got some
or
more
we're gonna-
different again. Yeah.
It's going to be cool. Okay, how about the Rams visiting the Vikings? That's a tough one.
Yeah, I agree. I took the Vikings though.
I took the Vikings. They're at home,
Yeah.
so we'll go with that. Kansas City going into New York.
Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City. New York's playing terrible football, and I
Yeah, New
doubt
York's horrible.
I doubt Ratface is going to have a job after this year. No, seriously, doesn't he have those little beady little rat eyes?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
A little bit. My God, he does. Okay, the Redskins are going to go into New Orleans and try to scalp some Frenchmen.
I went the Frenchman.
I went with the Frenchman, too. Buffalo is going to go grab some lightning over in Los Angeles.
I took the Bolts.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I took the Bills. Again, somebody in our own division.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't have to even be tempted to take the Jets.
Yes.
They're on the couch where they belong.
Yes.
Bengals over to Denver after Denver got their butts
I know.
badly beaten.
After watching that game, I really wanted to pick the Bengals, but I did go with Denver.
After watching that game?
Yeah. After watching Denver and the Patriots?
Or you just said after watching the Bengals and
No,
Denver?
I said after watching that, because you referenced the game, boy, did they get beat.
Oh, well, listen back to what you said. I could have
I
sworn
don't have
you
to
said,
listen back.
Oh,
I'm the
omnipotent.
all omnipotent one.
Golly gee, Dennis, you have to be like that. Don't get my dander up because I'll have to start yelling and hurt Ross's ears again.
Okay. I took Denver.
I took Denver, too. They can't get humiliated 2 weeks in a row.
Well, they've lost, how many in a row? Yeah, so
Yeah, but some of those are on
that
the
would
road.
be 3 weeks in a row, yeah.
Okay, we got the Patriots facing the Raiders in Mexico City. You think it's hot in Miami? Wait till they go to the equator.
Yeah, and also thinner air, too, so that's why they're staying in Denver, but I'm still going to pick the Patriots, but I think that's going to be a very tough game.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't think. Now, I don't mean this to come out wrong, but I didn't think the Mexican population was into football. I thought they were more of a
into soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought mostly Central America and South America was.
But this has been going on with the NFL for a while. They're
Well,
trying
but
to
yeah, I
broaden
know,
it.
but London, I understand because you know, London is different. You know, it's they're into soccer
still
too,
soccer is
but they
number
have
one,
they have a lot of American
following.
citizens and stuff.
They have a good following.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Mexico City. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, if they are into it, and I got nothing against it, give them a team.
Well, I think that's what this is about.
I mean,
think
London
ultimately.
London would be a tough one. That's you know, make a
Well,
London
travel
team.
time
Well,
is-
for them to come over 8 times, you know, I mean, one trip per team
Yeah.
is okay, but 8 times for them to come here, that's pretty steep. But I mean, Mexico is not that bad.
Yeah, but I think that's what they're trying. I think they're trying to largen the audience and get another team somewhere. We'd have to get 2 though.
Yeah, because I hate when they have
Yeah.
that one division that's unbalanced. Okay, where were we?
We are the Eagles and Dallas.
Oh, we both picked the Patriots.
Yeah, we both picked the Patriots. Yeah,
Eagles at Dallas. What are you taking? I'm taking
Eagles
Dallas.
are hot.
I'm taking
really?
Dallas at home.
Eagles are looking good. I'm taking the
Yeah,
Eagles.
but Dallas lost this week, and I don't see them losing 2 in a row.
No, I'm going against Big D. I'm going for Big E.
Surprisingly, I usually go. I don't usually go for Jerry Jones's crew, but I don't know. I don't think 2 in a row. No. Atlanta and the Seahawks, the Battle of the Birds.
I took the Seahawks.
I took the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, see, again, that's another one that could go either way, but because they're home, I gave them a slight advantage. That's going to be another toss-up game.
This is one of those weeks where you got a lot of very interesting games that are going
good
to be
matchups, and I think a lot of games are going to be won by like a field goal or something.
It's
I
going
think
to be
close.
it's going to be like the slogan they used for the Giants Patriots Super Bowl. Who wants it more? And that's what it's going to come down to most of these games. Who wants it
You're
more?
probably right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right. So, a couple of things I want to talk about. Do you know what happens in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, my birthday.
Is it 2 weeks away?
Well, actually, less than that.
Yeah.
11 days.
Okay.
Well, almost.
Well, do you know what happens in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I get older.
Other than your birthday.
Oh,
Other
no.
than you getting older.
We get smashed by an asteroid and destroy all of life as we know it.
No. But
No.
close.
Yeah.
Very, very, very
The Aurora
close.
Borealis?
No. It is our 1 year anniversary of Fountain of Thought podcast.
That is right.
1 year ago.
Already?
Yeah, 1 year.
Why is time flying so
I
fast?
know, but we need to do some special year anniversary, give away some good stuff or something. We need to do something. So we need a preparation for that. So if you guys got any ideas, send them in about what we can do to make that 1 year anniversary a really special episode.
Well, we tried preparation A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that forces us to go with preparation H.
So that's happening. I also want to tell you a little bit about my trip. So it really wasn't a vacation per se. I was gone this
Holiday
past week.
Road. Was it like that? No, you're on a plane.
No. But my nephew was getting married in Florida, so we flew out. I flew my kids out, my wife and my mother. We went down. So it was good because we had kind of a family reunion. There were people there that I haven't seen.
Were your arms tired by the time you got there?
A little bit, but I did a lot of gliding, so I didn't have to flap as much. But we went down there, and no problems with the flight. Flights were good. I did TSA pre-check, which I loved, which if you don't know, when you TSA pre-check, you don't want to take your shoes off. You don't want to take anything out of your bag. You don't have to take your watch off. You just zip through the line, and you still go through a scanner, and you still have to have your bag x-rayed, but you have to go through all that garbage of taking everything out. And then I always hate that because afterwards you got to reassemble everything and tie your shoes. And, plus I don't want to take my shoes off. And, that odor is just too much for some people to handle. But TSA pre-check, yeah.
Would that, if you did, would that mean you'd get arrested for weapon of mass destruction?
It could. I would get held probably. They'd want to frisk me. I'd get the hand.
They'd bring in a chemist to make sure it's a legal substance.
I've had that. I've been in Orlando before. They did the wipe on my. They take a wipe and they wipe your fingers to see if there's gun residue. They did that to me before. I've had that happen. But no, it costs $85 for TSA pre-check. It's good for 5 years. You got to go down to an office and they do a background check and fingerprint you and everything. But if you go once every blue moon, it's not worth it. But if you go a couple times a year, to me, I think it's worth it because like here in Hartford, it wasn't that bad. But in Orlando, the line was huge in Orlando. So I was very happy we had TSA pre-check. So, but anyways. Went down there for my nephew Jonathan's wedding, and it was a potluck wedding.
What is a potluck wedding? And we have done a lot of weddings. I've never heard of that.
I've never done a potluck wedding either. Yeah,
is that where you just pick a bride randomly?
No. With the food is potluck. Each family brings something, and that's what you eat for dinner. It was a potluck wedding.
Where was it held?
It was at the bride's home.
Really?
Yes.
Outside. I applaud that. I really do because, we've discussed it many times when we were DJing in some of these fancy halls and uptight wedding planners and it just wasn't fun. And we both know that anytime you have a wedding in a very simple location and make it very, no stress involved, people have fun. Did they have fun?
More relaxed. Well, yes, they had fun.
Yeah, by the look on your face, there's got to be some story behind this.
Well,
who did what this time?
No, the reception was beautiful. I loved the reception. It was in their kind of like front side yard. It was very nice and classy and elegant, very simple. I liked it. The minister that was there spoke very well. We had one little hiccup where there were no wedding rings. They forgot them. But it was okay. They were in his truck. So the best man ran to the truck and get them. The bridesmaids, when they came in to walk down the aisle, arrived in the back of a pickup truck. Like I said, it poured, started to rain, poured. So everyone was
that's Florida.
Running for shelter. And then when it cleared out, we had the ceremony, and it sprinkled a little bit afterwards, but it really didn't rain anymore. And then we went around the back. We took our chairs, went around the back, and that's where the reception was. Apparently, they entertain a lot, so there was a big cement platform. I mean, huge, probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 8 car garage, just big cement block on the ground. So it was big. I didn't have a problem with the potluck. In fact, I had ambrosia. Have you ever had ambrosia?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I love ambrosia, and you don't get that up here. No one makes it unless you're French or Southern, and it just doesn't happen. But we had so it was that part was okay. What I didn't like, and people kept telling me I was overcritical, the DJ was horrible. He was absolutely horrible. He would play a song and stop it.
Oh, dead. He was a dead air?
Yeah, and then, no, he would stop the song, not at the end of the song. He'd stop it and then switch to another song because he didn't like that song or it wasn't filling. Yeah, I know. Or filling up the day. He would stop the song and then put on a whole new song. And he had the exact same software I use. So I know exactly what he was using for software, but he wasn't good at all.
Well, did you get a chance to ask where they got this guy from?
No.
Maybe he was just a friend.
I didn't want to insult anyone.
Well, maybe he was just a friend of somebody's and he just
that's what we were thinking but he had, it's possible that, he wasn't getting paid for it, but still, I don't know. He wasn't very professional in my opinion. I didn't like what he did. I didn't like how he handled things. The music selection he had was not very impressive. Although, like I said, we've done weddings and we don't know what he's been told.
What you're trying to say? He was definitely no those two guys.
No, he was definitely not. No, but I don't know what he was told either. He might have been told you can't play this, you can't play that, and
that never stopped us.
Yeah, well, what I'm leading to is they were a very religious family. They did a lot of songs that had some prayer dances to them. And I'm thinking that maybe he wasn't allowed to play newer music because there was hardly any new music. I went up and requested a couple of songs, and he looked at me like I had four heads. But I don't know. It was just, DJs, we're just, we're that way. We're critical of others, and we know how it should be done. And when it's not done right, it bothers us. But it was nice to see everyone. Like I said, it was a family reunion. I hadn't seen people in some of them probably 15 years or so. It's been a while.
And thanks to me, I gave you plenty to talk about a foul-mouthed friend you have. And,
well, not everyone knows you, so no.
They know me now, though, right?
But probably, yeah. So what I did do was very probably, let's see, I'm trying to, not unethical, but probably not very proper, not very the right thing to do, but
couth.
Yeah, that's a good. That'll work. I went around to every single car that was there, and I put my business card in the window. Fountain of thought, got a promo. So if you're listening because of that, hey everyone, thanks for listening.
No, what you actually did is you played Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant?
Oh, they're famous for taking their menus and putting it everywhere.
I did that. No, I did it everywhere. When I went to a restaurant, I left them in the hotel. I put them in drawers. They're at the airport. I put Fountain of Thought podcast cards everywhere.
I don't know about Palmer, but in Ware here, there's an ordinance that if you leave something like that and you're dumb enough to have your address or a contact,
you got to come catch me.
They will track you down and fine you for.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
And you know what it is?
What is it?
Littering.
Okay. Well, they can come find me. I'll pay the fine. It'd be cheaper than advertising.
Absolutely.
So now comes the bad news. I hate Orlando.
I hate Florida.
Well, that's in Florida. I hate it. And they talk about being the hospitality center of Florida because they have, Disney and Universal and all of that stuff there and how they love treating everyone so nice and so well. Do you know how much I paid in tolls?
I can't imagine.
Just take a guess.
50.
Over $100.
Really?
Over $100 in tolls. Everywhere you go, there's a freaking toll.
Well, who else is going to pay for the hurricane damages?
And it's not like it's a quarter. It's $1, $1.50, $2, $2.50. The tolls are absolutely ridiculous. They're crazy down there.
Do they have toll booths with people collecting stuff?
Well, they like we have. They have the pass and a toll booth you have to go through if you need change or whatever. And I was like, this is ridiculous. In fact, we went to see a movie, and coming back from the movies, we got on the highway, we paid a toll. I am absolutely serious. I saw my exit. Getting onto the highway, I saw my exit, and I had to pay another toll to get off the highway. It couldn't have been 300 yards. Yep. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I asked my brother who lives there, I says, how do you people pay these tolls? And he says, well, normally they pay the tolls because if not, you have to go through I-4 or whatever, and you're stuck in traffic forever. So they would rather pay the toll than be stuck in traffic. If I lived there, I would have some referendum or something to change the toll structure because it's completely. How do you live like that? If you had to travel back and forth to work every day, it costs you a fortune. I don't know how they do it. So much. What do you think about the tolls in Massachusetts? You think the tolls are okay?
I haven't been on the Mass Pike since they've Taking away the toll booths.
Yeah.
I've only driven by it. It looks really creepy. But do they still have the lights that tell you, like, if your credit card's running low?
No, that's all gone.
I know,
They all
so-
have the gantries now. It's all a gantry.
So if you don't have a pass,
Pay by plate.
they take a photograph and they bill you?
Yes. They track you down and bill you.
So basically, if you go to Ludlow and back and it's 70 cents, they send you a bill for 70 cents?
Well,
Oh, did
I
they
think
wait
it's
for the-
45 cents, but yeah.
Or do they wait to accrue a certain amount before they send it out?
I don't know. I would say it's probably a monthly billing that they would do.
Okay, so you don't need your transponder then.
Well, no, you don't. You can get by without one.
Oh, that's interesting.
But if you don't pay it, then there's a problem. And this is what is happening right now. Massachusetts transportation officials, they're considering hiring a debt collection to track down all the scofflaws from other states because people are coming from other states using the tolls, not paying them. So it's been more than a year since the implementation of these gantries and the all-electronic tolling. Mass Pike is exploring how to collect unpaid tolls from out-of-state drivers who pass through without paying. How much do you think is owed?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah. How much do you think is owed?
1.2 million?
1.2 million. Try 32.
Wow.
$32 million. And so here's the answer to your question. I didn't read this ahead of time. I probably should have. They will go after you for 120 days. 120 days or more is when they start seeking payment. So
Okay, but the thing is that I understood the transponders when they still had the collection people because the transponder was registered in your name. So when
Yeah.
you went through, you got billed to you. So if you lent your car to somebody and you didn't want them using
Correct.
it, you just pull your transponder out and they couldn't use it. But doing this plate thing, anybody can just borrow your car, take the thing, and then you're going to get the bill for it.
that's correct. It'll go.
Well, that's a little,
Well, that's
I mean, around here, again, local stuff, who cares? But I mean, go back to your whole spiel about Florida. Can you imagine somebody doing that in
Well,
Florida? And
right.
then
Well, that's-
all of a sudden you're getting a bill in the mail for $50 because they took your car on a joyride through the highways?
yeah. Well, that's what they're having a problem with the rental cars because our rental car had a they call them a sun pass.
Yeah,
down
I was just going to get to that. How do you do that?
It had a sun pass on it. Well, we had to make sure that we didn't go through the gantries, that we went through the booth and actually paid cash for the ticket. So because it goes by that or by the plate.
Oh, then what do they do? What do they do in Massachusetts? We don't have that.
It goes to the plate in Massachusetts. It goes by the plate.
So if you have a rental car, it's going to go to the rental car industry?
Yep. And then you're going to get whacked for it. There's a fee. They charge us a $95 fee if that happened.
Wow.
So if we went through, then on top of the toll, you have to pay the toll too, but then there's a $95 fee associated with that. So you better make sure that you don't go through that, or you pay the tolls, or however you work it. But yeah, so Massachusetts is okay in Massachusetts because if you don't pay it, they'll just suspend your license and registration, and when you go to renew, you're out of luck.
What I don't understand is, our governor keeps, always crying poverty. He's canceled tax-free weekend 2 summers in a row. The state's losing money, and I can't grasp it because, number one, the lottery keeps expanding leaps and bounds. I mean, we're up to now $30 scratch tickets. They've reduced the amount of winners per tickets now, per game.
Yeah.
There's more games than ever. They increased mass cash, which used to be twice a week, to 7 days a week. They took all the rest of them, which used to be just once a week, and they've now play them twice a week. So, I mean, everything keeps doubling. Now, on top of that, they got rid of the entire crew of collection booth people who used to make a damn good living doing that. You're saying to yourself, with all this extra income, how can we keep losing money other than the fact that they just keep giving themselves raises and chewing it all up?
Well, that's it. The cost of services have gone up. The salaries have gone up. They keep increasing things in Massachusetts.
Well, it's not
But
right.
I
It's
will
not
say,
right.
I don't know what the distribution is, but I will say in Massachusetts that a large portion and a very large portion, I believe it's almost half, I think. But again, I could be wrong. When you
Not
yes,
you.
yes, I could be.
No.
For
It could never happen, folks.
the lottery goes back to the cities and towns. State doesn't keep it. I think half goes back to cities and towns for whatever project you might need, for a library or for road work or for schools or for whatever. So, I mean, that does help out with that. But no, in Massachusetts, we're taxed on everything. We have an income tax. That's why we're nicknamed Taxachusetts. But, listen, I'm not saying Democrats, Republicans, whatever. I'm saying politicians.
We didn't. I didn't designate this into a political thing. I'm just saying, how do you have the gall to stand there and say we're losing money when you're constantly finding ways to suck more money out of the system?
Politicians keep giving us more services.
Well, I wasn't. It was more of a rhetorical question. I know the answer. I'm just saying it disgusts me because I remember back when the African American guy we had for governor.
Oh, Obama's friend. Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Anyway, that he spent $400,000 remodeling a Springfield office that he maybe gone 4 times to use. Yeah. I mean, why is that stuff allowed? I mean, that's just ridiculous. When there's so many programs and things where people need help, and take my case right now, trying to find help because my mother doesn't have mass health. She's got, entering dementia and going on 88 years old. And now I got to be jumping through hoops trying to apply for this, apply for this, apply for this, apply for this. But yet other people, they just get all this cash handed over to them for no reason.
Yeah, well.
And nobody seems to care. And I know we always drift into this because it's one of our favorite pet peeves is politics, but I get so disgusted and so frustrated to the point where I say, why bother even trying anymore?
I was thinking about this it's funny you bring this up on the way over here, that it's not a Democrat or a Republican or an independent or a Green Party issue. It's a politician issue. And once they become politicians, they change. And it doesn't matter what party affiliation you have. When you become a politician, now all of a sudden come on, look at, explain to me how this could possibly work. I own a business. I'm going to give you, Senator Sonny, millions of dollars to vote my way. And that's legal. How is that legal? That shouldn't be legal in any shape, manner, or
because
form.
Because you explain to me what makes that different than bribery.
Right, it doesn't. And that's because of the way
a cop pulls me over and I say, you know what? I've got a ticket here in this hand, as Godfrey would say. I got a ticket in this hand, and I got 500 here, and if the ticket disappears and the 500 disappears,
yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm bribing a cop, but yet lobbyists can go in there and bribe any senator or any representative.
That's considered legal. Yeah.
And the best quote, and I've brought it up before, was Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy.
Love that movie. When
he stood there and he was asking that same exact question, and his final question was, how does anything ever get done up here? And what's his name said, he was from My Cousin Vinny, the DA.
Yeah.
He goes, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It never does.
Yeah.
And it was like, talk about hitting a string right close to home and be exact. How did Marissa Tomei call it?
Biological clock? What are you talking
about?
No. The deer?
Dead balls on.
Oh,
accurate.
Yeah.
That you can't get any more accurate than that because that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
It really
well,
is.
if I lived in Florida, I would petition the government and I'd protest every day because those tolls are ridiculous. You can't live. You just can't do that. And then you're killing, and people are down there for vacation and you're killing them. It's awful. It's horrible. Over $100 in tolls. I just can't believe it.
I think they should just make a very huge, humongous saw and just chop Florida off. Let it float
Let it float away. Do you remember last week the questions that were submitted for questions from my sack?
Yeah.
Okay. And there was a question on there about if you could have a theme song, what would it be?
Yeah, theme song for your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were being your usual, how should we put it, omnipotent.
Yes. And that I said that the show should have one, and it would be Afternoon Delight. Because by the Starland Vocal Group, because our show is an afternoon delight, and then you said no, that's for you.
Yeah, because it's technically played and aired at nighttime. It isn't an afternoon show. It's we record it in the afternoon.
Yes. So I said fine. Simply the Best by Tina Turner.
Yes, I remember that.
Okay.
I love myself remark.
Okay. I have said this several times to other people, not on the air, but I've said this several times to other people, that our stuff is being stolen, that people are listening to our show and they're stealing it.
And folks, and I'm going to interject this. I know this. He's coming off sounding a little crazy and paranoid, but he's actually played me examples. I mean, several different examples, and it's getting harder and harder not to think this way because it's just. I mean, once, twice, coincidence. But this is like at least over a half a dozen
easy
times?
6 times. And it started, the first time I heard it was when we did, I don't remember what episode it was, but it was when I talked about Korea, about North Korea coming over and using an EMP. We did a whole show on that. And then it was literally like 2 or 3 days later, Fox did a whole thing on this, and the language I used verbatim was used in that show. That's when it first started, when I first noticed it. And it's happened several times since. Well, obviously, when we have a show, it's uploaded at 7 o'clock every Friday at 7. So everything is time date stamped. So it's clear who came first and who came second. Well, this past week, they stole it again. So they did on Fox. They were talking about if you could have a theme, what would it be? And
for your life.
Yeah, and you don't pick those things just at random. I mean, come on, especially Starland Vocal Group. I don't even think half the people in the audience even know what that is. So clearly there must be some intern somewhere listening to these things. But
they picked the exact same 2 songs that you did.
Yeah.
I mean, the odds on that are just...
They're astronomical.
Again, I know to the folks that's probably sounding paranoid, but you got to think when you're as big as Fox or CNN or any of these other networks, I'm telling you, they've got to have, in order to survive 24-hour news and all this other stuff, they've got to have people who sit and monitor things.
Interns, they're not getting paid. They're just interns,
and they just
around.
sit and they listen to different things to come up with ideas. Because I mean, if you're going to run 24-hour news, you got to have a lot of news to report, or you're going to be repeating yourself quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but the sad thing is, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that it's copyright. It's just an idea that we talk about. But yeah, I'm several times now. So
it's sad, because I mean, at least if you're gonna bring it up, they could say at least something like, we heard this interesting thing on a
podcast.
On a podcast, even if they don't want to mention our names, which would be nice, but even if they don't, just say, hey, it was actually a cool question, and we like to repeat it.
Yeah.
But they come off on, this was our idea, and I'm sorry, I agree with you on that. Yeah. As nutty as it sounds,
nothing I can do about it.
Nope.
All right, moving on.
Of course, your wife doesn't think so. She thinks we're whacked.
Yeah, we're whacked. Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to be right back after I pick my nose with my tongue.
Your family is goofy giggles, hugs, crocodile tears, mischievous grins, and the very definition of love. Photographs show your connection and how your family fits together. These moments are fleeting. Seize them now so you can remember them forever with a family photography session with Carrie Huff Photography. Who takes the photos in your family? Don't struggle years from now remembering what the parent holding the camera looked like during that time. Get in front of the camera and be with your family. Book your family session now with CarrieHuffPhotography.com. That's CareyHough photography.com, or call 603-782-0304.
Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. FountainOfThought.com, website you go. Episodes new every Friday at 7.
Booga, 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 all gone.
Oh my God!
You got a little piece left in the end of your nose.
Little hanger, better. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, please drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com or give us a call at 413-612-8037. We have a package that suits you.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, so what's going to happen here is I have some crime headlines. One is true, one is false. I will read them both. You will tell me which is true and which is false.
Can the audience play along?
The audience can play along at home if they like, and I have.
Why? Why does the audience always have to play along?
Because they're better at this than you are.
Oh. Marsha.
Here are the two. Judge orders couple counseling for man and his dog, or man gets 4 years for sending strippers to his neighbors. So one of those is true, one of those is false.
Man gets 4 years for sending strippers to his neighbors.
Is what?
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. A Nebraska man has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for sending strippers to strip on his neighbor's front porch dozens of times over a 3-year period. I don't see what the problem is here. Do you see a problem in that?
Well, technically harassment, I suppose.
45-year-old Douglas Goldsberry of Elkhorn was sentenced Friday in Douglas County District Court after pleading no contest to pandering. Authorities say Goldsberry hired prostitutes to bare their breasts and strip on his neighbor's porch while he watched from his kitchen and masturbated.
Now, why doesn't this stuff happen to me?
The neighbors, a married couple who live across the street from Goldsberry, said women had shown up as many as 75 times since 2013. All right, my question is, where is this guy getting all this money? Because this can't be cheap. Solicitation charges against Goldsberry were dismissed as part of a plea deal. Under state guidelines, he will serve less than 2 years of his sentence with credit for 177 days he already spent in jail. But his legal troubles are far from over. Investigators found evidence of child pornography on his computer. He has been indicted in federal court for possession of child pornography and faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted.
That's a very odd... Where did this happen?
Nebraska.
I was going to say, that definitely sounded something in Texas.
Elkhorn, Nebraska. All right, here is the last one. Now, you get two headlines. One is true, one is false, and you need to tell me which is which. Oklahoma woman who married her mother pleads guilty to incest, or Alabama woman steals over 50 pounds of bacon from Golden Corral.
Woman steals the bacon from Golden Corral is the true headline. Really?
Yes.
How do you allow to marry your mother?
Wait, this story gets better. An Oklahoma woman who married her biological mother last September pleaded guilty to incest on Tuesday. Misty Velvet Dawn Spann. That's her name. Misty Velvet Dawn Spann was set for jury trial, but instead pleaded guilty in exchange for 10 years probation. Her mother, Patricia Spann, 44, will appear in court in the same charge in January. Misty Spann, 26, married her biological mother, who was formerly named Patricia Ann Clayton, in March of 2016. Patricia Spann lost custody of Misty and two other children when they were young. Gee, I wonder why. The children were adopted by their grandmother and didn't have contact with Patricia until they were adults. The two women reconnected back in 2014, reportedly hit it off, and decided to get married. I understand how you do that. Patricia Spann told officials she didn't think marrying Misty was illegal because her name was no longer listed on the child's birth certificate.
Sweet Jesus.
The fact that she wasn't on the birth certificate is how they were able to get marriage, how they were able to get a marriage license. The marriage didn't come to light until an Oklahoma Department of Human Services child welfare investigator did an inquiry that led her to believe that the couple was having an incestuous relationship. Ready for this? This isn't the first time that Patricia Spann has married one of her offspring.
Oh, my God.
In 2008, she married her biological son, a union that was annulled after 18 months. Court records show that the marriage between Misty and Patricia was annulled in August of 2016. If you would like to see this beautiful couple, their picture is on our website, fountainofthought.com. Go to the photos section and you can see this lovely couple in their mugshot photos.
Where do you find this crap?
You
must search for days.
Research.
Yeah, but where are you?
Yeah, but you know what? Are
you in the dark pit of hell of the internet?
The dark web.
My God.
I will tell you, though, it's becoming increasingly easier. Because every time I turn it on, there's some stupid idiot on there doing something. It's just
But do you actually double check this?
I'll go look. Yeah,
and it's reported by multiple sources. Yeah. That is totally amazing.
And well, there's usually pictures and video and like this one. There was a whole video. You could watch the video. It was anyways. You want to go see their picture? It's really weird because it's their mugshot and they're both wearing Superman t-shirts. Identical Superman t-shirts. It's just bizarre. All right, is your pool looking like your future? A little murky?
Yes.
Then let No Worries For You Professional Pool Service handle all your pool needs. Serving Orange, Osceola, and Polk counties, clear your mind by clearing your pool. Give them a call today at 407-953-7926. So Sonny and I will volley sound clips back and forth to each other. There will be 3 sound clips, and you do have 1 pass, so possible 4. It's the best out of 3 that wins. And we're going to keep tabs of this. So each week we keep tabs, and at the end of the month, The loser will buy the winner lunch, and this is where you, the listener, come into play. You will also win, but you got to register at our website, fountainofthought.com. Click on the contest tab and register to win. And then at the end of the year, the loser will buy the winner dinner, and we will also pass this on to a lucky listener. Again, you have to register, and this is all done in the form of a gift card. All right, so now we stand tied once again. You and I are tied. The sound clips that I will be playing for you today, it's a wild card, and they all have something in common. So when we're done with this whole bit, if you can tell me what they have in common, I will give you an extra point.
You are so
I know.
Good
Aren't
to me.
I'm so nice to you. All right, you go first this week.
Okay, this is comedy.
Oh my gosh. Does that suck?
Wow. One more time, please.
Oh my gosh. Does that suck?
I'm going to go straight for a pass.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
My God, it's the easiest one of them all.
What is it?
Scrooged.
Well, now that you say it, I can recognize Bill Murray.
When they're playing the promotion for Scrooged.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the easiest one of my bunch.
I couldn't even recognize the voice. Now that you say it's Bill Murray, I get it, but I couldn't recognize the voice. So, all right, give me the next one.
Okay, I was out of line with the whole female Scandinavian Olympian thing.
Oh, I would like a clue, please.
It's science fiction.
No, it's not. Is it really?
That's what I told you. It's a category science fiction.
You didn't tell me the category, but I need
Yes, I did. Check it when you play it back.
I will check it when I play it back. You did not tell me the category.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Did.
Give me a clue.
Did.
How about a clue?
A clue?
Yeah, because I thought it was comedy, and now I thought it was an Adam Sandler movie. Now I don't know what the hell it is.
It is a science fiction movie, and it is about aliens.
Play it one more time, please.
Okay, I was out of line with the whole female Scandinavian Olympian thing.
I don't know.
Signs. Mel Gibson and...
I don't remember. I remember the movie, but I don't remember that line in the movie.
And then, with the crop circles and all that happy stuff.
All right. Well, that's not good for me. That's a bad start. All right. Here is your first one. It is, the category is comedy.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Gee. Oh, Doyle rules. Billy Madison.
Billy Madison is correct. All right, your turn.
And the boat goes down.
Heat! Paper! No! Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. Hauling that gargantuan cranium about. I'm not kidding, that boy's head's like Sputnik. Spherical but quite pointy in parts.
Well, that was offside, wasn't it? He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
The category is comedy.
Yeah, it's Austin Powers. I just don't know which one. The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That's your final answer.
Yeah.
I'll give you a second chance because you said to me you were going to do this extra thing and I wasn't paying attention. But what was that extra thing?
What they all have in common.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm sticking with that.
You're going to stick with Austin Powers?
I'm sticking with that. Yeah.
No. So I married an ex-murderer.
Really? That wasn't even Austin Powers?
He ripped all those all those voices he used in Austin Powers came from earlier movies. Everybody knows that. They used to criticize him for it. That's where Fat Bastard came from.
Yeah, I know that, but I just was like, oh, I thought it was Austin Powers. All right.
That is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen.
Well, it worked for you. All right, here is your next one.
Please make sure this goes right up to the 3rd floor file because I have a transfusion to make.
A what?
Let's go. You know what I mean. Can I keep this pen?
It's a drama. Category is drama. What is it?
Should I sing Unchained Melody for you? Ghost.
Very good. You have 2 so far. I'm up.
How many you got?
None.
If I could light my own farts, I could fly to the moon. Or at least Uranus. But if I couldn't do that, at least I could use my penis as a pogo stick. And that might be a way of getting around.
It is a drama.
All right. Well, it's Robin Williams.
And it's a drama.
Can I hear it one more time, please?
If I could light my own farts, I could fly to the moon. Or at least Uranus. But if I couldn't do that, at least I could use my penis as a pogo stick. And that might be a way of getting around.
My guess is The World According to Garp. Really?
Nope. The winning answer is going to surprise you.
What is it?
Patch Adams.
Patch Adams.
Yep.
All right. Well, I have 0 points this week. Here is your chance to get a third point. It is sci-fi category.
I'll be back. Only in a rerun.
I need a clue.
It stars Richard Dawson and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The Running Man. Richard Dawson definitely gave it away, but you know what I was thinking? I thought it was that one, and I couldn't get the name in my head. The one with
Total Recall?
No. When Sylvester Stallone and Arnie switch places in the last Action Hero.
Oh,
where everything is different because it sounded like somebody else saying "I'll be back."
Yeah.
So what was that score again?
You have 3. I have 0. So now you're at 7.
I didn't hear that. What did you? Yeah. What was that score again?
Yes. Yeah, you got 3. 3-0. So
and you got 0.
Can you name? I will give you another point if you can name what all of those have in common.
All had something in common,
and I've clearly learned a lesson too.
Oh, that every one of those movies, one of the lead actors is dead.
No, the lead actor is dead, and he wasn't the lead actor in Billy Madison. But.
Well, no, but Chris Farley's dead.
That was a good.
Richard Dawson's dead, and so is Patrick Swayze's dead.
That was a good guess. No, I have played all of these before on this show,
and I got them wrong.
And you've got them all wrong. Yes,
it did. Well, you know what? That's why they sounded familiar to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've played them all before, and you got them wrong previously. So I thought you would get them wrong again, but apparently your sobriety is like
clarity.
Yes,
clarity.
Yes,
so. The fog is gone.
The fog is gone.
The boy is back in town. The boy is back in town.
It's time to dig deep.
Yeah, you dig it, baby.
It's time for questions from my side.
All right, this is being sponsored by Mr. Bill's Boot and Shoe Repair in Pantego, Texas. Tell Mr. Bill you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount on any shoe repair. Find them online at MrBills.net, where they'll save your soul and gladly die for you. All right, so how this is going to work is you, the audience, send in your questions. It can be anything and everything, just like our podcast. Or it
can be everything and anything.
That too. Send it to our talk, FOT at Twitter, our website, our listener line, doesn't matter, email, as long as we get it, that's all it counts. All right, here's the first question, and it is, what's the best part of doing your podcast? Do you want me to answer first?
Yeah, go ahead. I got the definitive answer.
No, I have the definitive answer.
No, I have the definitive answer.
No, the definitive answer is the best part of doing my podcast is spending time with my little buddy, Sonny.
That was very sweet of you.
Yes, thank you.
My answer was, but now I'm going to sound like a kiss ass.
Yeah.
My answer is hanging out with my best friend, doing what we always like doing, and watching all the news people rip us off.
Yes. All right. Here is the next question. I think this is a death threat. How do you want to die?
Ross, you're not funny.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to blow your eardrums out. You don't have to take it so personally.
How do you want to die? That's really... I don't care how I die as long as I don't have to suffer.
No, really. I want to be captured and tortured to death. Well, that's a lame answer.
Well, how do you want to die? That's a lame question.
It's very easy.
How do I want to die?
I want to die peacefully.
In my sleep?
Yes, I want to die peacefully in my sleep.
Okay, that's the answer.
I don't want to know it's coming.
Peacefully in my sleep.
I don't want to be one of those people that, these poor people who die of cancer slowly day in after day after day in pain. No, if that I'd rather eat a bullet. Oh. That's awful.
All right, don't be waiting for me outside with that bullet. All right, the last question is, I like this one. What moment in time would you like to relive?
I know your answer. I know your answer. Can I say your answer?
Say my answer.
You want to dress up like Santa Claus in July and run up and cause a traffic problem in the middle of Palmer Main Street.
No, that's not it. All right, no offense to my other two daughters, but it would probably be the rebirth of... Well, not rebirth, but, if I was going to live it again, that moment over again, it would be Rachel's birth.
Because it's the first.
Well, not only that, but I was very sick. And I went in the bathroom and threw up, and it wasn't...
Well, she have an enormous head or something?
She did have an enormous head.
See, that's what did it.
They had to put they put a suction on her. They screw this tether into her head so they could monitor her, and they sucked her out, and she was a conehead baby for a while. She was all black and blue, this big cone head. But it was a little overwhelming too. I mean, you see the videos, but it's nothing like it's in the video when it's real. It's you can see a video, you can't smell a video.
Well. Not yet, but they're planning on coming out with smell-o-vision.
All right, what is your moment you would like to relive?
Well, that's an easy peasy. August Moon.
August Moon? That's not a moment, though.
Oh, that is a 7-year moment, pal.
A 7-year? That's a long moment.
That
7 years?
was a wonderful moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, no, I'm just all right. So you narrow it down. A lot of different parts of it, but just I had a great time. We just, I have stories that sound like they're made up, and I will stand in front of any priest and put my hand on a Bible and the other hand in fire and say, hey, these stories are real.
Wait, you're going to put your hand in fire?
I'm just saying to prove a point. Well, actually, you know what? In August Moon, I did. I reached into a fire, grabbed a burning log, and I chased some guy and hit him with it. I was drunk.
All right.
Interested in your very own shout-out? Let us know at facebook.com/Fountain of Thought, on Twitter at TalkFOT, or email us at talkfot@gmail.com. And you could be rewarded for listening.
I got a couple birthday shout-outs once again this week. Belated, November 15th was the actual birthday. I want to send it out to both Dante Bottaro and Robert Pancotti. Happy birthday to you. Next line, please.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dante and Robert.
Happy birthday to you.
Marilyn Monroe, eat your heart out.
And many more.
God, we got a singing career.
Yeah.
Sonny's pet peeve
of the week.
All right, well, this is something, once again, I witnessed, and I'm sorry, and you may agree, and chances are you'll disagree, because you basically like to disagree with me. But it's people who walk their dogs in cemeteries. I don't like it. I was tolerating it, which is weird, because most cemeteries have signs up that say no dogs allowed. But here in Warren, we have a couple that are not marked, so people figure it's okay, so they come in droves. And you'll see at some points, 4 or 5 people doing their walking with their dogs. And I don't like it because it's a cemetery and it's supposed to be hollow ground and a place to, people to visit their loved ones, yada, yada, yada. But now we've gone to the next extreme. We're letting our dogs off the leash and running loose. And I'm watching these dogs walk up and pee all over people's memorials. Urine does not easily come out of granite. And I actually watch them take a dump. And do you think they would at least have the decency to walk over and pick it up? No. Now that some family would be walking over to visit their loved one, and now they got to go home and scrape off their shoe. Do you think that should be allowed?
I don't think you should be allowed to jog or run or take your dog or do anything like that in there, unless, here's my caveat, would be if I happen to die and I don't know what the future holds, how I'm going to see things, if I do see things or whatever. But if I die, I would like Fluke to come visit me.
Your point is you can't make an exception. You can either make a rule or you don't make a rule. You can't say no smoking in the boys' room unless your name is Randy, and then it's okay. I understand your sentiment. You love your dog, but the point being is, if you're going to say fine, it's okay just to walk your dog, and as long as you stay on the cement path and you clean up after him, fine, okay. Like I said, I don't like it, but I'll go along with that. But letting him off leash and letting him run through and peeing on stone, that is
disrespectful.
That's beyond disrespectful.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
Due to me, Sonny, giving up the booze and my recent increase of a massive caffeine infusion, the the consumption of Java, Joe, wake-up juice, coffee. I'm now suffering from extreme case of bleeding, burning, itchy, raw hemorrhoids. Yeah. So I'm sharing this because I thought maybe our good friends over at Fox, since they like to steal our material, would like to do a special report on Sonny's burning, itchy, bloody hemorrhoids. And I even came up with a title for you out there, guys. You don't even have to come up with a title. I got it for you right here, okay? The Stinkhole Chronicles Part 1, The Bloody Battle for Uranus will be episode 1.
Oh, that sounds like a good sci-fi movie.
I dare you to do a special report on my bloody, itchy, raw hemorrhoids. And you heard it first, folks. The challenge here on the Fountain of Thought Show.
All right, folks, the challenge has been dropped. Leave your opinion or your thoughts on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Reminding everyone to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fountain of Thought. Follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT. And don't forget to visit our website at fountainofthought.com for past, future episodes and contests, folks. Register for our contest. And remember, everyone,
be a fountain, not a drain. Wait! You all didn't think this was going to happen, did you? Fuck, fuckity, fucking, fuck, fucker, fucking, fuck, fucking shit, fuck, fuckers.
This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby. Ow! Little shit! Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Watch your language, you bud. We're on the air.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Bubble-headed booby. Bubble-headed booby.
I thank you. Bye.
I made it. You eat it.
Missed it by that much.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.